like to have in just a minute Rabbi Shrifren come. Obama wants to return us, or Israel. What is it, 1967 more borders. When we first got here, the news media asked us, you had last time an Israeli flag. Are you going to have that again? Why did you have that? Because to them, having an Israeli flag was provocative. When are we going to stand up? Well, what is going to be provocative next? The fact that we do the Pledge of Allegiance? The fact that we stand up for the Constitution? The fact that we stand up for America? I mean, I'm asking Americans, as we experienced last night, as Wayne just said, how long are we going to wait? How long are we going to be pushed around? When are we going to stand up? Are we going to have today an Israeli flag? Yes. Are we pro-Israel? Yes. Do we want to return to some type of 1967 borders offered to us by the worst president to ever be elected, the President of the United States of America? No. We are going to remain pro-American, pro-Constitution, pro-freedom, freedom of speech, and we are going to remain pro-Israel. The radical element of Islam hates Israel. I lived 30 years in Europe. I saw many demonstrations. Death to Israel, death to America, death to democracy. America, it is time for us to wake up. It is time for us to take a stand. We will not be silenced. We will not be run off. And we will continue, and we will target not only Dearborn. We will target Dearborn. We will target Chicago, Louis Farrakhan. We will target every area in America where Muslims live in a majority, where large numbers of Muslims are, in order to present our message to this community of welcome and of warning based upon the Constitution of the United States.
Minnesota.
So I'd like to welcome to the podium Reverend Shrifren.
There's only one reason why I'm here today, and that reason is I am an American. God bless America. And you low-level scum, and you communist rabble over there, I'm going to ask the police to identify you if you are illegal aliens, or if you're on welfare. You need to be removed from here. There's only one reason why I've been invited here today. Because I, for the first time in my life, I'm witnessing the greatest country in the world on a march to suicide. And the march tune goes according to the hymn of these low-level scum over here. Listen to the hate. Listen to the filth. Listen to these scum who are scaring and intimidating good Americans. You blacks over there, you black people over there, I want you to go with me to Sudan or to Saudi Arabia, and I dare you to protest over there before you're sold into slavery. Yes, you loudmouths over there, taking off of work if you even have work. Yes, fuck the Jews, right? There he goes, he said it. He's honest, and that's what I love about the radical Islam. guts than any priest or pastor or minister or pastor in this country. Yes, I respect you, you low-level malcontents. Yes, I respect you because of who you are, and you're not afraid to raise your stinking heads. You're not afraid to say who you really are. And yes, I respect that. You've got a lot more respect for me than I do from any cop in this state, from any politician in this land. Yes, and those of you that told me on my way here today, those of you who pronounced the religion of peace, yes, those of you that gave me your peaceful greeting, that I should go back to Auschwitz with the 6 million other Jews. Yes, yes, I hear you, and I promise you, you will be out of here more faster than you can imagine. Listen to these people. I'm addressing the Americans, the Christians, the believers who are too afraid. I have a message for you. I have a message for the Rhino Republicans. I have a message for the Tea Party activists that didn't have the guts to show up here. I've got a message for all those people that want America to survive, but they're not going to do a damn thing about it. My message to you, you have disappointed us. You have dropped the ball. You will bow down 5 times a day to Mecca. You will watch your children and grandchildren say, Allah Akbar! And then you will wonder what happened to my country. And when you have your children turn against you, and when you have your children call you Islamophobes, and when you have your children turn you over to the police, you'll wonder, my God, what happened to the most wonderful country on earth? And I'll tell you what happened to you. You're sitting at home now, watching the Clinton News Network, and you're not doing a damn thing to save your country. I am watching the greatest country on earth submit to Islam. I'm watching the greatest military on earth submit to a Muslim credo, afraid to stand up for who they are, afraid to give credence and respect to their forefathers that founded this country on their blood and on their treasure and on their land. I'm watching a country sit back, chilling out, smoking a joint, having a drink. I'm watching a country chilling out to the tune of Allah Akbar. I'm watching a country watching pacifically, passively, while Itbacha Yehud is their slogan. I'm watching the United States of America cede all of its treasure and its wonderfulness to the same low-level scum that wants to establish here Sharia law and an Islamic caliphate. And they go out and tell you they're going to do it. They tell you straight out that they're going to kill you. They tell you straight out that if you don't submit to them, they will dominate you. So I'm here today to remind you, I traveled 10,000 miles to England. 10,000 miles to speak in London. They couldn't get one pastor, one minister, one priest, not one person in England had the guts to say to these low-level scum, communist rabble, we will not submit to his So what did they do? They paid a Jewish rabbi. They paid for my flight, my hotel, my wonderful kosher meals. They had to get somebody 10,000 miles away to say it like it is. Woe to you Christians. Woe to you evangelicals. Woe to you people that say that you love America. God have mercy on you. This place here in Dearborn should have 10,000 Christians here. What do I see, 20, 30? Remember well what I said to you today. As you watch your country go down the drain, as you watch the greatest nation in the world run by scum like this, who don't have a high school education, who wouldn't know how to write a composition without a whole paper of red ink. This is our future. This is your portion. This is your lot. America, God forgive you for what you're doing in this country. And all the Tea Party activists, and all you loudmouths in the Republican Party, take a good look at this religion of peace. Look at the hate on their faces. Look at their twisted expressions. Look at their malevolent and diabolical ways. Listen to what they say. Watch what they say. Because for the first time in America, you're hearing the real truth. You're not going to hear the truth out of your pews anymore. You're not going to hear the truth out of your church anymore. You will only hear lies from the church. These punks, these rappers and gangbangers, these low-level ne'er-do-wells, they have the truth for you. Listen to them. You communist rabble over there, there will come a day, there are Americans waiting silently. You don't know who they are. There will come a day when you're going to pack your bags and leave this country at the point of a gun. That day will come right before we give up our country. I promise you, that day will come. I was told not to come here today. I was told, don't even think of getting out of your car. I was told that you scum would prevent me from exercising my First Amendment rights. I was told, go back to hell, you stinking Jew. I was told, go back to Auschwitz with your 6 million brothers, you lousy stinking Jew. My message to you low-level scum, you miscreants, malevolent, diabolical punks. I am here, and God bless America, and the only reason I can come here today is because of what you seek to destroy. The Constitution of the United States of America. That's the only reason I could come here today. And this America is what these punks want to abandon. This is what they want to cast asunder. This is what they want to abolish. And you sit home and watch them. I recently spoke in England. I was told, all of a sudden you're quiet. Why would that be? I guess you just burned out. Yelling all day long instead of working. Does anybody here work? Now you've said a lot of 4-letter words to me today. One of them you haven't said, and that's work. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I was taken on a little tour, a tour of peace and love in London. I was taken to the no-go zones in London. And I asked my English Defense League brothers and sisters, what's a no-go zone? Oh, Rabbi, you're not up with the times. A no-go zone is where Jews and Christians cannot enter for fear of life and limb being lost. That's a no-go zone. Well, I promise you, you're going to see some people that you don't like in your communities, because we have the right to go wherever the hell we please in this country, because we're Americans. I want everybody here that believes in America and God to say now, God bless America. I'm always amazed whenever I go to speak at these unbelievably innocuous, insane, fictitious demos like this. I'm always amazed at the fervor and the energy and the bravado of these low-level maniacs that you see before you. And I ask myself, where are the gays, the lesbians? Where are the radical gay and lesbian groups? Where are the Christian groups? Where are the Sikhs, the Coptic Christians? Where are they? Are these the only people that care about their cause? Is our cause so low and so vacuous of any worth that we can barely get 20 people and most of them are senior citizens? I'm always amazed that Americans are so cavalier about their heritage. This is a tragedy, an American tragedy. And I'll tell you where it comes. I'll tell you where this tragedy comes from. I've been teaching for 25 years in America's school, not in a religious school. I've been teaching your children in a secular American high school. And I can tell you the reason that these low-level miscreants are here today is because your students, your children, have no concept of what it's like to be an American. They have no concept of the value and the beauty of our Constitution. Where our history books spend 30 pages talking about Muhammad and a half a sentence talking about Jesus. What do you expect? What do you expect? We have lost our country, not by bullets, not by the sword. We've lost our country because there's a radical, low-level element, communist in nature, that understands that the way to subdue a country, the only way they can conquer America is to attack us for our values and our moral foundations. And let me add, those of you that are white, you're an endangered species. You are an endangered species. No, I'm not the racist. You're the racist. You're using this opportunity to attack whites and Christians, and that's what this is about. So America, wake up. It's a new day. You better wake up before this is your future. This rabble, this know-nothing, nonsense-filled, vacuous element, they will dictate to you what America will be in the future if you do not wake up. That's right, I'll always be a Jew. You got that right. You totally got that right, you low-level scum. Now, it's interesting, on the way here today, I got a call from a reporter that wanted to know, will I be at the Arab Fest? Absolutely. I love Middle Eastern food. It's about the only thing I love about the Middle East. And they say to me, why don't you just come, enjoy? It's a festival of love, of peace. Really? I seem to recall last year a Christian television group came there and they got the snot beat out of them. Why would that be? I thought that this is a religion of peace. So we're going to find out. Oh, yes, I will come. I'll be there. I will be there, and we'll introduce ourselves to each other, and we'll have a man-to-man talk. Oh, yeah, I'll be there. I will definitely be there. Yeah, I will be there. I'll be there. Yeah. So they wanted to know, what have I got against peace? What have I got against Islam? I don't have anything against anybody. But let's be honest, the world is at war. And by the way, 9/11, ladies and gentlemen, was not an act of terror. 9/11 was not terror. It was an act of war. It was an act of war against Christian America. That's what they wanted to do, and that's what they succeeded in. And what's happened in the meantime? At every level of our government, every level of our police, our city councils, we're kowtowing to the Muslim Brotherhood, the Muslim Student Association, CARE, the Islamic Society of America. Why are we giving up so easily to them? Why are they allowed to dictate to us what we'll do, what we won't do? Well, go to any school in America. If they're not watching videos or coloring in coloring books, they're finding out about what's wrong with Christian white America. This is the reason why we're here today. This is the reason why we have this low-level scum over here screaming and yelling all day long. No work, no parenting, no children at home to take care of. They've got all day long to burn, rape, and pillage your country. And that's why we're here today. Plenty of free time. I want to know which one of them is on welfare. Deny them benefits if they're here today. The religion of peace, 5 Middle Eastern wars, a relentless march toward destruction. I will recall to you in 1929, no state of Israel, no Likud, no occupied territories, no Zionists. 1929, in the city of Hebron, 500 Jewish women, men, and children butchered, and they were butchered by the tune of Allah Akbar, Itbach Yahud! Itbach Yahud, kill the Jews! What was the problem back then? What was the problem? That they rioted, raped, pillaged, cut people's heads off, cut people's sexual organs off. What bothered them then? What was bothering them then in 1929? Well, probably the same thing that bothered Muhammad. World domination. Anybody that stands in front of this religion is marked, marginalized, and demonized. And that's what they know. They are just doing their job. By the way, if anybody here today thinks that this is an aberration, that this is some sort of a scenario gone awry, let me remind you, they're doing their job. Their job is to destroy, to rape, pillage, demonize, marginalize. These are not my words. These are the words of Muhammad and his Quran. I didn't make it up. This is their job. Read what the Muslim Brotherhood said. Don't believe me? Go on Wikipedia, find out what their principles are for the United States of America and how they plan to take us over. They're doing their job. Are you doing your job? You Americans that are standing up for America now, are you doing your job? You people watching TV at home right now. This pathetic, sick mass media that we have. You're addicted to it. Are you doing your job? Those of you right now doing drugs or having a beer, what about you? Are you doing your job? No, you're not. And that's why this collection of malcontents is allowed to run roughshod over our wonderful country. Because no one's doing their job except the ones that want to pillage and destroy. What's interesting is they're using our very freedoms to destroy us. At every level, they've lawyered up. You can't make a move without care in your face with a lawsuit or some sort of injunction about Islamophobia. Well, guess what? There's no phobia against something if they want to kill you. That doesn't count as being Islamophobic. There is a solution to the problem that we face in America today. There is a solution. It's getting back to our roots, getting back a sense of sanity amongst our youth. We want pride in America, pride in our military. We're sick to death of an American president that bows before a ruthless, immoral ruler in the Middle East. We're sick to death of our military being used as a whipping boy for Islamic radicals, like at Fort Hood, other places. We have our CIA, FBI compromised at every level because our government won't run a check to find out who is an officer, who is in our military, who is in our police department. Are they faithful to the Constitution of the United States? Are they against Sharia law? If not, they should not have a job in our country or in our state level. There's only one other way we can round the corner on the tragedy and danger that America faces, and that is a resurgence of patriotism, a belief in God and country, a dedication to our Constitution and the values and the morals of our founding fathers, going back to our history books, throwing them away, and starting over. They are revisionist tripe, and they're infecting the minds of our youths. This is the problem that we face. As far as we're concerned, any teacher in America today that teaches a classroom that is not faithful to the Constitution, that is pro-Sharia law, should be removed from the classroom, period. If we had any guts, we'd do it. It's okay to teach pro-gay and lesbian activities in our classroom. It's okay to talk about what a great guy Muhammad was. But which of our teachers will talk about the founding fathers? Which of our teachers is dedicated to our Constitution? Which of our teachers is dedicated to a strong military? Very few. We heard a lot today, and Pastor Wade waxed eloquently about hate. Hate? What do we mean by hate? Maybe it's the friends that I met on the way here today that said I should join the 6 million. Is that a matter, is that a greeting of peace? A greeting of brotherhood? The problem is that in order for them to succeed with their agenda, they have to denounce us, demonize us, and they're doing their job, as I said before. There will be a short period of time in which I will be flying again to Europe. I will be speaking in London, the Netherlands, Germany, Norway, Sweden, much like we're doing here today. I'm going to bring the message of America and a message of hope to people under the gun. You people here in Dearborn, you have no idea what it's like to live in a massive society with a majority of Muslims. You have no idea what it's like to watch the streets emptied out from the mosques where you cannot travel because of bodies praying to Allah 5 times a day. You do not know what that's like, but it is coming here as sure as I'm here today. You do not know what it's like when your children are forced to eat halal meat in the schools, in the hospitals, and in the offices of government. You don't know that. This is what they want. By the way, if you're a Jew or a Christian, forget about having anything to do with processing halal meat. This is what they have in plan for the United States of America. Look at London, look at Paris, look at Amsterdam, look at the streets filled with people blocking traffic. I want to know where the ACLU lawyers are. Where's the ACLU when we have massive amounts of traffic blocked because of quote-unquote the religion of peace? Well, you'll never see the ACLU because their job also is to destroy America. They're all in bed together. Racists and bigots are welcome here. Well, good, I came to the right place. I want to say to you low-level scum and you enablers of the communists that are behind you, you see, you guys are jokers. You guys are just the usual idiots. You couldn't whip your way out of a wet paper bag. But the George Soroses and the high-level communists that seek our destruction, they're using you, and especially you blacks over there that are so against racism and bigotry. Take a little trip to Sudan or Saudi Arabia. Let's see how far you'll get. So my message to America is, wake up. This is a shot over the bow. If you are a Christian, if your parents or grandparents fought and bled in wars so that you could be free, so that you would have a First Amendment to be able to address, so you could drive around as you will, go where you might want to go, worship, pray, speak. I'm asking you today to wake up before it's too late. And I'm going to close by saying, God bless America, and God bless our military, and God bless you all. Thank you.